What is going on, you crazy builders? It is another day. It's January 3rd. It's now 2024. We're back in the garage. We're working on Betty. What is going on tonight? Well, we're actually not working with the ECU swap. We got to worry about converting this girl to open cooling, okay? It's going to be an ordeal. So, got the new radiator. You can tell it's open cooling because it has a radiator cap. What a thought. You got to switch over some hardware from the old radiator to the new one. Come on, get in there. You know, other than the hardware swap, everything should just fit right up. I say as I'm having fitment issues. There we go. Now, I'm not exactly given the best instructions here of how to convert your closed system to an open one, but it's not too bad. There's lots of information online. I think the big thing that I'm going to be covering that other people leave out is managing the overflow bottle. I will say though, guys, you know, just a quick aside here, I'm actually doing a little bit of a fitness challenge right now, so my brain is just extremely foggy. I am not in it to win it, you might say. My brain is just, whew. We're trying to record, you know, trying to stay uncomfortable, trying to grow, right? Now, you got your electrical fan that comes stock on your Jeep. This is the one that was actually out of this Comanche. And as you can see, it's a little old. It's got some big old blades. And if we look at the more modern setup, look at this. See, that just looks so much better. I mean, minus there's some weird noises here. I don't know, whatever, it should be fine. The plan is to use this stock electric fan and then another electric fan that is going to use 5,000 CFM when you flip it on high. In theory, that will actually push more air than the triple E fan setup that people, I don't know if they use it a lot, but they at least talk about them a lot on the forums and all these different spots, right? The chosen fan that I've got to put in place of the mechanical fan, it's gonna require some trimming, so that's why I don't know if this is fully gonna work. I've done it before, now I wanna do it in a way that's more repeatable and I can share with you. So, that's another reason that we're actually converting to open cooling. If I have open cooling and everybody else has open cooling, I make a kit for open cooling, everybody else can, enjoy my kit for open cooling. We'll see how it turns out, you know what I'm saying? Gosh, I just want to say really quick as an aside, I appreciate you guys watching. Please feel free to drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Let me know if you got any questions about the Jeep. I'd love to chat you up about it. We got a Discord. I should probably put a link to that here in the description, so we'll do that. I also have an Instagram. I'm posting stuff on there as much as possible. We're just getting into it. So again, just appreciate you watching. Let's keep growing. All right, back to working on the Jeep. So these two tubes right here are gonna be probably the biggest pain for doing this swap. Multiple people have commented about the fact that this is a, let's see, what is it, 3/4. And in here, where the tubes go, this is actually 5/8. At least I think. I don't know. We're gonna take these tubes off, give everything a nice measure, and then we can replace the tubes. So this guy here goes to the bottom of the heater core. That's the inlet, and then the outlet's on the top. And the outlet just goes straight back into the water pump. So that shouldn't be too bad, once you get them off. I will say though, every time I've tried to pull those guys off, it's not gotten anywhere and I've had to grab something to cut them off. So that's what we're doing. All right, yeah, just go ahead and, you loosen the hose clamp enough that you can just kind of slide it completely out of the way. And then with your cutter, just go ahead and just friggin' get it, dude. Just get it. See what I'm saying? There we go. It's already leaking. Yay. Got it off. That's one. And I should have done the bottom first, but I don't mind getting a little wet. It's not freezing cold outside. Why did I shut the blade, dude? Don't tell me no, dude. I didn't cut it enough. Little weak cut, blah. Okay, so I've cut and I've pulled multiple times now. Okay, there we go. It was literally just like molded from being so freaking old, dude. There we go. Minus this last little vacuum hose here. Come on, little vacuum hose. I don't want to have to put the camera down. Yay! Nasty tubes and such. Just making a mess here. All right, so just to kind of show you guys that for sure these are different sizes. We got our calipers here. We're gonna measure coming out of the thermostat, and what do you know? 0.78. So 3/4 of an inch. And we come in here, let's measure this guy. This is the inlet down here. And what do you know? 0.62. 5/8, I think. Close enough to 5/8. And then up top here, 3/4. You could, if you really wanted to, you could take this 3/4, which is the outlet on the thermostat, and put that into the outlet on your heater core. And then the inlet from the heater core goes to the inlet to the heater core. I've done that. It does work. It's not right, you know, it's I don't recommend it, but you could if you wanted to be a bad boy. To me, I don't see a reason to do it that way. Do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Get the couple adapters. I would 3D print them, but I don't have the right filament for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a future me thing. We're gonna have to get hoses and adapters to get this going. But I think before we do that, since that would actually require a journey, we might heck around with the E-fan a little bit, right? Let's see if we can get this thing fit in there, eh? So here is the E-fan. And just for a size reference, right? Let's put it down. Do you see how much it comes over the radiator? So we actually have to sink it down like lower. This is a horrible camera angle. I'm really sorry. And to that point, I'm clearly gonna need 2 hands to try and fit this thing in. So I'm gonna have to cut and, you know, show you guys once I've kind of fit it in roughly. I'm sorry. All right, gang, we have the fan cut up as much as needed. Here we go. So here's what the fan looks like when you get it. Well, then we go ahead and we just cut it a bunch. All right, so we cut that whole little side off there. And then we also cut it down so that way the fan, you can kind of see the fan just sticks out just that littlest bit. So that way we have fully enough space, right? And then, now I can do it with one hand. Oh, come on, don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass me, dude. There we go. Thank God. What, if I let go, will it? It will. There we go, baby. It still has a lot more trimming to go because we are actually butting right up against the engine here. And on top of that, we're not even all the way over. So little, you know, just little cuts here and there to be made, but I just wanted to, you know, hey, show you this is what we're working with. So we're converting Betty to open cooling. We're also adding in an E-fan, and on top of that, we're actually moving the alternator from the bottom of the engine to the top of the engine. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on here, which is definitely gonna mean we're gonna have to have more videos on this. So before we get to the next video, let me kind of walk you through some stuff so that way you guys have better idea of what's all going on in this engine bay, right? So I cut the crap out of this fan, and now it's fitting in pretty well. Let's get this guy in, right? By fitting pretty well, I of course mean that it's still a tight fit, but we can actually get it in there now. All right. So we're here on the passenger side. You can see the fan is all the way over to the right. Previously, you know, there was a bunch of radiators sticking out here, and you know, she's still pretty darn close to all the pulleys there. So we can see that the fan is actually super duper close to the water pump pulley. It's just kind of part of having such a oversized fan, but the pulley will spin, and you know, you only need a little bit of clearance, right? Just make sure you have nice motor mounts. My motor mounts are horrible. This fan is just absolutely huge. You know, we saw the size comparison earlier in the video where I, you know, kind of had it sitting up here in front of the radiator and whatnot. The big thing that I was worried about was actually being able to close the hood. However, we can see that the hood, it comes down just fine. Just fine. There's plenty of space in there. I don't want to shut it because I'm going to have to actually open her, but okay, I shut it. That's the first time that's hood been shut in a long time. How cool is that, huh? Woohoo, Betty! So let's crawl underneath here. See if we can get you a good camera angle. There's the fan. She's in there, and it is deep. You know what I mean? Like here's the fan. Right, here's the fan, and then it goes boop, 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 boop. So it's basically, you know, the length of my finger. Oh, such horrible camera angles, but it's basically the length of my fingers here, deep down here. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could do a better job of describing this. I'm so sorry. So all this open space is where the AC, mechanical fan, and alternator used to be. So I'm thinking that, you know, we'll get this bracket properly in that space and, you know, tucked up against the side. And we should be able to use this idler pulley still, so that way the belt will route properly. And then the bracket for the alternator, we'll try and get it to bolt on the top somehow. And then I can put the alternator right there. And, you know, everything will hopefully be happy. I'm going to have to modify the crap out of this guy, though. You know what I mean? So we got to worry about getting that fan finished off, actually like bolted into the radiator. We got to worry about getting the bracket made so that way we can mount the alternator. And then we can finally, you know, finish up the tubes for the heater core and fill up the radiator, all that good jazz. So there's a long way to go on this project still. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, especially if you're into Jeeps. I'd love to get some questions for you so that way I can help you do some of these mods, whether it be crazy ECU stuff or just fitting fans into your engine bay that probably shouldn't be there. Gordonus. Well, I feel like this ending was anticlimactic. Let's see if we can spice it up. Don't tell anybody. Okay, don't tell anybody what the ending is here, but if you made it this far and you see what's about to happen, comment down below. I know the secret. Okay, check it out. Here's the secret. ECU on, fuel pump on, starter engage. Come on, Betty, for the people. Yes! She's pissed, but she's running. It's working. She starts. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Now that's an ending to be proud of. Catch you in the next one.